The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for this new webinar called Touring Your Forever Account with Shelley. My name is Shelley Murray, and I am just so excited to be with you tonight. You know, this is one of my favorite things to do is sit down with people and help them get started using Forever. So I am excited to be with you tonight, and I'm imagining myself in your home, helping you on your computer, helping you on your mobile devices. And I hope that you just enjoy this time that we get to spend together. I'm really excited because I've got Elizabeth Helsel on the line with me tonight. She is from customer care, and she does a great job in our support department, helping people when they have questions along the way with their Forever account. So she's here. She's going to be helping answer the questions as you type questions in. I just want to say, please ask questions that are about the topic of account setup, which is what we're talking about tonight. We are just specifically talking about getting your account set up with Forever. So each of the second and fourth Thursdays of each month, we will be having a new topic that we'll be talking about. So I just ask that you ask the questions based upon the topic of the evening, so we don't get overwhelmed with too many questions. But if you ever have questions about your Forever account, you can always email support@forever.com. And of course, if you have an ambassador that you work with, an ambassador could be your first line for questions. They are there to help you and assist you with your Forever account and answer any questions that you may have along the way. And you can always find an ambassador going right into your Forever account and clicking on the light blue bar that says Find an Ambassador. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So like I said, tonight we're going to be talking specifically about setting up your Forever account. And the next session is going to be specifically on uploading. So let's go ahead and get started talking about setting up your Forever account. I want to let you know that there are a couple of things that we'll do when we get started. The first one is we're going to set up your account on your computer. So I'm going to be using my Mac computer, but you can use any computer that will access the World Wide Web in order to access all of your precious memories within your Forever account. So it doesn't matter what kind of computer you use, you just need to be able to get to the World Wide Web. We also will be going and showing you how to upload or actually download our Forever mobile app onto your mobile devices. So those are two ways you're able to access your Forever account. So when you are on your computer, I mentioned you're able to access your entire collection of memories, but on your computer, we will walk you through this, but you're able to upload memories, you're able to organize them within the Forever account and tell the stories behind the photos. You're able to share them with friends and family or publicly, and you're able to view your friends and family's photos as well. And you're able to create photo books. And then in the mobile device, you're able to do most of those things. You're able to upload your photos from your mobile devices. You're able to organize right there in your mobile device, and you're able to share in the same way that you're able to share on the computer. So let's go ahead and get started with the computer portion. So first thing you want to do is go to your web browser. So whether that is Google Chrome, which I'm on right now, or perhaps it's Safari, or maybe you have Internet Explorer, whatever web browser you use is fine. You simply go to your web browser and you just type in www.forever.com. Okay, and then just press enter, and that will take you to the Forever website where you're able to log into your own personal Forever account. So once you're here, I would just recommend that you spend a little bit of time exploring the Forever website. You can learn a little bit more about Forever and your Forever account. But the thing I wanted to point out first of all is if you scroll down, you're able to see two accounts right here. This actually is my album. So the nice thing about Forever is you get to determine how you want to share the albums that you create. You can share them publicly, so you can tell the stories for generations to come, for people to see who you are and all about your family and just whatever you want to put out there publicly for people to see. You've got that option. You also have the option to create albums and keep things completely private, only for you to see and not available for anyone else. And you also can create albums for your friends and family to see, those in your private family network that you've set up, so your friends and family can come see and share the albums that you've created. So if you come to the website, you're able to click here to view my public profile and see some of my public albums. So you can kind of get a look at what an account looks like once it's been populated and you've put some photos in and you've told some stories. You also can scroll down a little bit more and take a look at Jack Snyder's account. Jack is a war hero, and he was one of our first Forever members, and he had a real passion for his stories from war, and he wanted his war stories and his letters to be saved permanently and publicly for generations. And that's what we've done for Jack, and we're doing for many, many other people as well. So I just encourage you to come and take a look at Jack's profile as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to simply log in. So if you go to the top right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the log in button here. So if we just click that, we're going to be taken to this page, and we just put our email address in. So I'm going to put in an email address that is a demonstration account here. And it's going to be a new account, so it's going to be blank, and I'm thinking maybe some of yours may be blank as well. And then I'll put my password in and simply click log in to get right to your account. Now, if you've not been into your account for a long time, you can simply, and you don't know your password, you can simply click forgot password right here, and that will reset your password. It'll send you an email so you can make a new password, and then you'll be able to get into your account. So that's a good thing to know if it's been a while since you've been here in your account, or maybe you've never been into your Forever account. Then you just click login. So this takes us to our Forever account. And if you look here, there's some really great features and neat things to see. And I'm going to come back and talk about those neat things in just a few moments. But the first thing I want to talk about is setting up your profile. So if you can see on the top blue bar, there's a page here, and it's called Profile. So I'm going to click the profile page, and you can see here I've already put in, my name came in already, but I've already put a bio in, and I'll show you how to edit that and also how to put a profile picture in. So if you're looking around on this page, also keep in mind that you're able to see how much storage you have in this account. So right now I don't have any photos or documents in this account, so it shows 0% of 12 gigabytes. So I've got 12 gigabytes in this account. And once I fill that up and I would like to purchase more space, I can do that by simply clicking add storage right here. And then I'll be able to add storage. Now, as I build out my account, I bring photos in, I create albums, this will be filled with different albums to look at. So we'll get to that in future webinars. Just remember, right now we're talking about account setup. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So if you want to edit your name and bio, which is an important thing, you just click on this blue name and bio. And as you can see here, I already added this bio here, but I could change that at any time. And I could change my name here. I could even add a middle initial if I want to. So I'll do that just as an example for you. And then I'm going to click Update Profile. Now, the next thing that I'm able to do is add my profile picture. I can do that by clicking here or clicking right here. So once I do that, it says that my library is empty. Because when you add a profile picture, you usually take that picture from a photo that you already have in your library, but I don't have any photos in my library, so it's telling me that I can upload to my library. And since tonight's topic is not on uploading, I'm not going to get into uploading too much, but I do want to show you how to get your profile picture set. So we are going to click that green upload button, and now I'm able to upload right from my computer. So if I just click this green button as well, I'm taken to my computer where I'm able to search through my desktop or downloads or my recent files, anywhere that you have your photos living, that's what you have to click on the top. And I cleaned it up for you so you could see it very simply. So when I click on this album I created, you can see I've got my profile picture right there. So all I do is click on that and it uploads right into my Forever account. Once I've done that, it tells me my upload is complete and I've uploaded one file, and I can click on I'm done uploading. So there's my photo, and then I'm going to click it and make it my profile picture. So there we go. So I've got my profile picture set up, I've got my name set up, and I have my bio set up. All right, so I'm going to pause for a minute and just ask Elizabeth if there's any questions that have come in so far that I should answer before I move on.
So far, so good. There have been a couple little technical questions, but I've been answering those on the side, so keep going. This is so fabulous. Thank you, Shelley.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay, so now you can see that my profile picture also was added up here on the top. And this is kind of an area that's always going to be here when you log into the Forever account and you're logged in. So if you click on your name here, this little side panel comes out, and you can see there's a list of things. So first of all, just in the same way of your profile, you can see the photo, your name, and how much storage you have. And there will be a green bar that goes here as photos are added into this account. But we're going to look at the account settings tonight. If I click account settings, you can see this is kind of the place where I can get things set up. And if I want to change anything with regards to my account, this is the place I want to go, account settings. So I could even come here if I wanted to change the email address that's associated with my account. I could do that here. I definitely would need to know the password before I would be able to update that new email address. But that's something that you can do on your own here. I could change my password if I wanted to do that. I just put in my old password and then my new password here, put in the new one twice just to confirm it, and then click the green update my password button, and your password would be changed and updated. My ambassador. So your ambassador is the person who comes alongside of you and helps you with your Forever account. So the person that you should call if you have questions about your Forever account, and they're happy to assist you in your Forever account or any other things that you might need with regards to preserving your memories. Maybe if you have outdated media, like videotapes that you want to have converted at our Media Conversion Center, or slides you want to have converted and uploaded into your Forever account, they can help you with that. They can help you with photo book creation. Anything with regards to Forever's platform of products and services, your ambassador is there to come alongside of you and help you. And if you don't have an ambassador, you can always click this button to search for one in your area, or it doesn't even have to be in your area. Maybe you know someone in a different area. We have ambassadors all over the United States and Canada, and actually also Australia and New Zealand. So we're spread around, and I can tell you our ambassadors are just as passionate as I am about helping you preserve your memories. Also, be sure if someone did tell you about Forever and you're working with an ambassador, that you have their name here in your account. And this is how you can do it. Just click find an ambassador and type their name in and get them set. And that way that person will be set there for you. Also, you can find an ambassador by clicking this blue band at the top. And once you're clicked to an ambassador, their name will come up here so they'll be able to help you with your question. Okay. The next one is storage. So if I click storage, this again, we've seen this bar several times. It tells me how much storage I have, and I can always add more. Preservation settings is something that is really so fantastic about Forever because unlike other places that you can preserve, well, unlike other places that you can upload your photos, Forever allows you to preserve your photos. We are concerned about the long term of your photos. We're not concerned about just getting them in here. We're concerned about taking care of them and making them accessible to your family and having them online permanently for generations to come. So your ancestors will be able to come and search for you and see your family photos and stories and documents and soon videos. So preservation settings is something that you're going to want to take a look at and make some decisions about. So basically, after you're passing, you are able to determine. So I mentioned earlier, when you create albums, you're able to create them and have those albums stay private just for you to see. You're able to create them as a friends and family option, so your friends and family members if they're in your private personal network within Forever, they can come and see those albums. And also, you're able to make those albums public if you wanted them public facing. Well, you can determine what happens to those types of albums upon your passing. So for example, if you have some private albums, let's say you have digitized your journals that are very important to you, they're very private to you, but there's something important that you want to hand down to future generations, but you might not necessarily want them to be public right now or even friends and family right now. You can determine what happens to that private content within your Forever account. You can decide you might want to make that private content friends and family 5 years after your passing, maybe 1 year after your passing, maybe it's 10, 25, or even 100 years, or maybe never. But when you do that, that means that your private albums will be able to be seen by those people who are friends and family members of yours in your Forever account. Also, perhaps you may decide that those friends and family albums, you might want to make those publicly accessible in the future. Maybe it's not until 10 or 25 years after you've passed, but you want to make that decision that, you know what, at that time, I do want my friends and family albums to be publicly searchable by my ancestors. So those are just some things to think about and some decisions to be made. You also are able to set up an account manager within your Forever account. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we talk about account management. We'll have a whole session on that, and also with the sharing of friends and family. But basically, you're able to have an account manager, someone who's able to come in and help you with your account, usually a family member or a close friend, and they can do everything in your account except they can't make a purchase, like create a photo book and purchase it, and they can't delete anything. So you could determine what happens to that account manager if you ever want them to be removed from your account. You could decide, you know, I like this person helping me with my account, but when I pass away, I don't want them to have any control of my account at all. So I'd like them to immediately be removed. Or perhaps, you know, it's 10 years or 25 years. So that's basically how the preservation settings work. So I'm just saying it's important for you to come in, take a look at that, think about it, get those updated. I encourage you to watch this video right here. So this is a video from our founder and CEO, Glenn Meekum, and he explains the preservation settings and the purpose behind them and his vision for your memories being there for generations to come. So I invite you to come and listen to that as well. All right, now one other thing I do want to say, if you are an introductory user of a Forever account, which means that you are right now using a free 2 gigabyte account, anyone can have a free 2 gigs at Forever. Those 2 gigs do not have an expiration date. We don't have any plans to expire any of those accounts. However, they are not permanent accounts. So you won't be able to have access to these things in that 2 gigabyte account. Preservation settings are something that only is available to those who have a paid ownership of a Forever account. So if you're a 2 gigabyte introductory user, you will not see these options to be able to be set. But once you become an owner of a Forever account, you'll have all authority and control to make those decisions. Okay, Elizabeth, I'm going to pause again and ask if we have any additional questions that have come in.
Actually, you just answered a couple of them right there as far as the difference between the free account and the permanent account. So
okay.
That was there. I had some questions about accessing these same settings from the mobile devices, and I was just recommending that users go and use their browser to go and to be able to see all the account settings rather than accessing Forever via their mobile apps. So
yes, that's a great question. A lot of the features within the Forever account really are offered on the computer. That's going to be kind of like your main place to go to set these kinds of things up. Your main place to go if you're going to create a photo book within your Forever account. The mobile app is fantastic. It's so robust. It allows you to do so many things. But keep in mind, some of these types of things are going to have to be done on the computer. Your mobile app is for uploading your photos, and you can even organize them there on the phone and view your friends and family and do. But preservation settings, yes, they do need to be set up here on the computer. And keep in mind, the thing that's amazing is that your entire library, your collection of all of these memories are accessible on any web browser. So if you don't even have access to a computer, you can go to your local library and use their computer. You can go to, if you're staying in a hotel and use their computer, anywhere you can get on the World Wide Web and type in www.forever.com, that's where you're able to get and see and access your Forever account. All right, so I'm going to click back on my name again and open up this panel. And I'm going to click on the library, and these are the pages here of your Forever account. I'm going to just give you a quick kind of definition of each of these pages right now, but we're not going to spend too much time there because I'm going to be giving some detailed instruction of these pages in the future. But your library is the place where all of your photos go. You can always find all of your photos, documents, and Zoom videos in your library. So no matter what albums you've created, it doesn't matter. Everything will always be found in your library. So don't ever get overwhelmed with organizing things, because as long as they're in your library and you've uploaded them to Forever, they are safe and they are easy to be found, because we have so many filter tools that allow you to find photos based upon the date they were taken or when they were uploaded. So just getting them into the library is a very, very safe spot. You know they're preserved there. So this is a library. You see the one photo that we uploaded a little while ago is living in the library. All right, we've got the albums page. And I'll just say that there's little information here about what albums are, and there's also a short video on every page that will describe to you what happens in that page and what you do in that page. So you may want to take a look at that. But albums are created to share. So when you create an album, like I said, you determine the sharing setting of it. Is it going to be available just to you privately, to your friends and family to view and see, or will it be available publicly? So it's a way that you tell a story and that you share a memory. It could be an event that has occurred. It could be a holiday. It could be by person. You can determine what albums you create and how many you create. It's up to you. The tags page, the difference between albums or tags, or like I said, albums, you're telling your stories and you're grouping photos together. Tags are a way to identify a photo and give it a description by a person's name, or maybe it's a place or a vacation or a holiday, but it's also a way to go back and find your photos later. So for example, if, I use this example a lot. If I have photos that I've taken and I tag my daughter's name on the best one from all the photos in the last year or 2 years or several years, and then I click on her name, all of those photos that I've tagged her name in will come up. So it is a breeze to create, a graduation album, a photo book for a dance recital, or something that you want to give a quick gift to, because you simply just pull up that tag and all the photos come based upon that descriptor that you've added to the photo. So again, I don't want to spend too much time on these, but I get excited because these organizational tools are fantastic. Print projects. So this is where you can go to create your own photo book. So you can do that right here in Forever. I would encourage you to come take a look right here, because that takes you to our photo books page where you get to decide which template you want to use, and they are beautiful. And then you simply use the library and the albums or the tags you've created in order to bring photos into those photo books. And then the friends and family page is where all the sharing happens. And honestly, this is my favorite part. And I'm really excited to show you my account because I have all my friends and family already in my account. Right here, it's blank, but I can go view their photos and their albums that they've set to friends and family. They can come and view mine. And it's a really beautiful, wonderful way to share with your family members who may live in different parts of the world. And then back to the profile page. This is exactly where we started setting up our profile. So that's how you set up the account on the computer. We're all set up. We're all ready to go. And now I'm going to take you and show you the mobile app and how to get those set up. Elizabeth, while I'm shifting gears, do we have any other questions?
No, going pretty well. Thank you. I'm just answering them here on the side, just reflecting some things as far as the account managers, and but going very well. I think we're ready to move on to the mobile section.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Great. So we have mobile app for the iPhone, for the iPad, and also for Android. And to get that, you simply go to forever.com/mobile. and you'll be taken to a page where you can click on either the App Store or the Google Play Store in order to download that app onto your mobile device. My suggestion is to do that on whatever devices you use to take pictures. You know, these days, many people are using their phones or their iPads to take photos. It makes it so easy just to get those right into your Forever account. You don't have to worry if anything happens to your phone. If you lose it, you drop it, it breaks. Your photos are safe in your Forever account. You also don't have to keep paying for additional iCloud storage space. You can delete your camera roll. You just get your photos into Forever, and then you're able to access them right on your mobile device. So let's talk about how we do that. So once you have downloaded the app onto your phone, you've gone to the App Store, you've downloaded the app, this is what you're going to see when you click on the Forever app. And I'm showing you from an iPhone because that's what I have, so I've taken screenshots of that. It's very similar to the Android app as well. So you see this, and you click the green button at the bottom that says Get Started, and you type in your email address and password, which is exactly what we did on the computer. Now, keep in mind, you can have multiple devices attached to the same account. So if you have one Family Forever account, you can get your phone, your husband's phone, your kids' phones, all syncing up to the same account. And I will say that, you know, you may be thinking in your mind, oh goodness, we take a lot of photos that we don't want, that we don't necessarily need. You can determine how you bring those photos in, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But I will say that Forever on the computer gives you a great platform to bring all the photos in and then determine which ones you want to delete and take out. So that's a really easy and great workflow. That's kind of what I do as well, but we'll talk about that in just a moment when you make that decision of how you bring the photos in. So you put in your email address, your password. Again, you can do a password reset here if you've forgotten your password as well, just by clicking on that blue link. Okay, so next, it takes you right through reviewing app settings. So it only takes a moment, and they're going to walk you through each step of the way. So next thing we do is click Let's Review. All right, so the first thing that you get to determine is, do I want to back up this iPhone? Okay, so what that means is it's going to back up all of the photos that you've taken starting on your camera roll today and going backwards. So if you have 3,000 photos on your camera roll, it's going to bring all 3,000 photos into your Forever account. That's backing up your phone. So you can say, yes, I want to do that, or you can say, no, skip that for now and come back and do that. So that's something that you'll want to think about. The next thing is what we call auto sync. So this is asking you, do you want to automatically add new photos as you're taking them? That starts today. So if you click yes, phone auto sync, when you take a picture, it'll automatically go into your Forever account. That is a really good idea if you are concerned about losing photos. I can't tell you how many people come and tell me what happened, these bad stories, what happened to their phone, but they were so thankful they had the Forever app because their photos were safe and they still had them in their Forever account even though they no longer had their phone. But I've also heard the reverse, bad stories that they didn't have the Forever app and they lost photos from the phone. So that can be really sad and hard too. So you have to determine what your workflow is going to be. I personally have auto sync on, and I like auto sync because my photos just come right into my Forever account, and I prefer deleting the ones I don't want out of my Forever account as opposed to remembering to go in and bring the photos in from my phone into my Forever account. So you get to decide if you want to turn that on or just upload manually, and you can always go back and change these as well. Okay, the next one is really important. This is, do I want to use cellular data or not? So I would recommend if you pay for your cellular data and it's not free, you probably don't want to use cellular data but maybe you do, but that just means that when you take a picture on your phone, it's going to use the cellular data on your data plan to upload into your Forever app. I do get free cellular data because I have an unlimited cellular data on my phone plan, so I do keep this set to use cellular data. If you click no, it's only going to upload those photos on Wi-Fi. So just keep in mind, if you take photos throughout the day and you're not on Wi-Fi till you come home and you come through that door, as long as your Forever app is open, those photos will start uploading. Questions at your support. Why don't you talk for just a minute about that and anything they may need to know about the coming into the Wi-Fi situation?
Yeah, the things that are most important, thank you, Shelley, the things that are most important in using your mobile app is that it's critical that your app is open. It can be open and just running in the background of your phone, but if you shut your, like double click in using your iPhone and similar things to Android and swipe up and turn the app off altogether, there's no way for the app at that point to connect with Forever and back up your photos. So if you do want the Forever mobile app to be backing up your pictures, you will need to leave it open in the background of your mobile device. You can still have it set on Wi-Fi so that it's only clicking on and accessing your photos and uploading them to Forever when you're in a Wi-Fi zone, but you want to leave that app open in the background. Or if you choose to close it, just remember to open that up on a regular basis, perhaps once every couple of days, so that it has a chance to pick up any new photos and upload those right to your account. But if your app is closed altogether, there's no way for it to access those pictures and keep those safe and preserved in Forever for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. And then there's one more, and that is notification settings. And these are really great too. You can determine if you want to be notified, and you get notifications to say either you haven't uploaded in a while, do you want to upload some of your recent photos into your Forever account? But they'll also remind you and give you a notification that your photos have been uploaded and are safe in Forever. So you can determine if you'd like to receive those notifications or to skip for now. I love those notifications. They just make me smile because I know my photos are safe. All right. Then your review is complete. You click, okay, got it. And then you're taken right into your account. So just like the account on the computer, you've got a few pages here, and I'm not going to spend too much time here on the mobile app, but we've got the library, the albums, the tags, and the friends. So it works very similarly to how it works on the computer as well. And then if you click the 3 lines up here, this bar will come out and it'll kind of show you all of your settings. I took a screenshot of this before I put the profile picture in. And I did not turn auto sync on because I didn't want all my phone photos going into the account that I was demonstrating for you all. But you can see I could go ahead and change any of these things should I choose right here within the app. All right, so that is how you set up and you get started with Forever. We've set up the computer, we've set up the mobile device, whether it's on the iPhone, the iPad, or the Android, and you're ready to go. So I'm glad that you joined me tonight. We wanted to keep this simple, keep it short, keep it attainable for you because Forever is really easy to use and it's really fun. And I hope that you will join us not next Thursday, but the Thursday after for uploading. We'll talk about all the different ways to upload into your Forever account. So now we're going to stick around and answer any additional questions you may have coming in. Elizabeth, is there anything else that you want to ask out loud? If anyone else has any questions.
I was just, yeah, I know it's not really part, but if we are officially transferring to the question and answers, we've had a lot of questions about the sharing. And as far as being able to share one photo or one album with a person rather than inviting them into your friends and family.
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, I'm happy to answer that. So absolutely, you can share a photo, a group of photos, an album, a tag with anyone. They do not have to be part of your friends and family. There is a button in Forever. Let me just, actually, I will be happy to show you that. I don't have photos in this account, as you know, but if I did, come to the library here, I'm able to click in that photo and I'm able to click share right here and I can share this link with anyone. So I just copy this link and paste it somewhere, or I can send it by email, or of course I can send it in through Facebook if I want as well. And I can do that with a single photo in the same way. I can do that with an album, and I can do that with a tag, or like I said, a group of photos. So that's a great question. So that will be covered in our sharing section, but I'm happy to answer that tonight as well.
Another question, Shelley, is whether it takes up space in your account if you put the same photo into multiple albums.
That's a great question as well. So no, it does not count as multiple photos. So what happens when you have photos in your Forever account, each of your photos are in your library, and that's where you're determining the amount of photos within your account and in the space. And each of those photos can be put in multiple albums, and they can be put in multiple tags, but they are still just one photo. And it's just about where they're being pulled from. So it does not count as duplicating photos at all.
All right, thank you. I'm just looking down the list here, checking questions. They wanted to know about the possibility of deleting photos from your Forever account if you upload things, especially from your mobile device, that you don't want to keep in your account permanently.
That's a great question. So I will show that as well. Let's just say I want to delete this photo. If I just click on that photo that turns it green, then an action bar appears at the top. I simply go over and click delete. So just imagine that I'm going through all of these photos and clicking all the food pictures, the shoe pictures, the price tag pictures, the duplicates, the bad pictures, and I'm getting organized. So I'm clicking the green check mark on all these photos that I don't want, and then I hit delete. And when you're in your library and you hit delete, this is going to delete from your Forever account. And we want to be very careful that we're not ever deleting something that we don't want to delete. So a red bar will come across the top and it'll ask you, do I really want to delete this? And the answer is yes. And I click yes, and then those photos are deleted from my Forever account.
And one more question here. If you have a lot of photos, well, just the question is between the auto sync and the backup iPhone question within the mobile app. Trying to determine what they should pick for uploading the photos they already have on their phone.
So you lost me. Sorry.
Okay. So for the photos that are already on a phone, Michelle is asking if she should use the auto backup feature or the auto sync feature on her mobile app, or the backup iPhone option in that setup process.
Oh, I see. So backup is from today going backwards. So that's backup. You're backing up all of the photos that are currently living on your device. And then auto sync is from today forward. It's moving from here on out, that you will automatically bring in all the photos in the future that you take. So if you want to be really safe, I would do both.
Yes.
And then you can spend time getting it organized on your computer, where you can, that's the other thing. On your computer is where you can really see it and determine what's happening with it. On our phones, it takes so long to scroll back on that camera roll. It's really hard to even find anything or see what you want to delete. I know I'm getting a little older, but I can't really see those pictures as well as I can on my computer screen.
All right, and Shelley, can you go over with our listeners as well, again, how to keep the app open so that it can work in the background?
Sure. So when you have your app open, as long as you're not closing it, you don't have to have it where you're looking at it, but as long as you're not shutting it down, and the way you shut it down, the iPhone, is to double click and swipe up. So I personally never close my apps, because when my children pick up my phone, they're like, Mom, you have so many apps running, because I don't think about closing them out. So likely, unless you know you're closing your apps down, maybe you're not closing them down. You may have lots of apps running. Elizabeth, do you want to talk about background app refresh?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't want to confuse people, but go ahead.
Right. So this is something that is a mobile term, and it's called background app refresh. And essentially what it means is you're giving the mobile app permission to refresh itself automatically in the background without your having to give it permission. And this is important, so that if that app is running in the background, it's not the app you see on the front of your screen, but it is still open on your mobile device, that it is not continually, but it is regularly refreshing itself. And when it refreshes, it looks for photos in your camera roll that are new. And if it sees a new photo in your camera roll, then it will automatically in the background refresh itself and goes up to forever. So it is very important to have background app refresh on as a setting, and this is something you can go into your mobile device's settings and make sure that your background app refresh is on, and that just gives the Forever mobile app permission to check for new photos and to then automatically upload them to Forever for safekeeping in the background without even having to be looking at the app at that time.
Thank you. All right. So are there any other questions?
Yes, I'm seeing another one here from Linda asking about what it means to delete the camera roll. So maybe you can perhaps describe the difference between deleting on Forever and the deleting on your phone itself.
So when I say delete the camera roll, I'm actually referring to the phone photo roll. I'm not referring to the Forever account. I'm just saying that when you have your mobile device and you're taking pictures, I run into a lot of people that say, oh, my camera roll on my phone is full. I have to delete pictures if I want to take more. Or they say, I have to keep paying for iCloud storage because I have so many photos on my phone. So my point was that when you have your photos in your Forever account and they're living in your Forever account, you don't need to have them on the camera roll or on your phone device any longer, because you can show people or look at your phone, so your photos right from your Forever app on your phone. So you can delete the photos that are on your actual device on that phone camera roll because you have them in your Forever account and you can see them right on the Forever app. Now, I will say they don't make it easy for you to delete your entire camera roll on your iPhone, because Apple clearly does not want you to delete all of those photos, because they want you to keep buying more and more storage space on your phone. So you can delete your phone photos individually or by group. But I was not referring to the actual Forever account when I called it a camera roll.
And Shelley, a great question coming in here about the difference between our Forever's permanent storage and iCloud storage, and how those are different and guarantees between Forever and iCloud.
Yeah, okay, that's a great question. So iCloud is very similar to many of the other places that you can keep your photos, and there's some really significant differences between that and with Forever. So one thing with Forever is we make a commitment and a promise to you that we are not going to delete your photos ever. Like when you buy a Forever account, it's permanent. It's there permanently for generations to come. The reason is when you buy your Forever account, the majority of that money goes into a guarantee fund. So it's like an insurance policy for your photos, and that fund will continue paying for your photos over time. That's our business plan of how this whole thing works. iCloud is just a product of Apple, and if you go through and read their terms of service, they don't make any promises to you that your photos are going to be there permanently. They really can take your photos down. iPhoto and other companies, I will say iPhoto doesn't make it very clear. Other companies make it very clear to you to have a backup somewhere else, not just on their own platform. They also don't make it exactly clear in iPhoto, but in other places they make it very clear that they own your photos, and when you put them on their platforms, they can have access to them. They can sell that information to third parties and advertise to you based upon those photos. That's called data mining. Those are things that will never happen with Forever. With Forever, you own your account. It's completely private. It is your digital home, and we do not come and look at your photos. We do not sell to third parties, and they are going to be there permanently. So those are just some of the differences.
Thank you, Shelley. And what about the difference? Can you just reiterate for some of our listeners the difference between sharing with your friends and family group and sharing an individual photo or album with somebody through the share feature that you showed, that link?
So if you have an album, when you create, I'll just show you here, when you create an album, let's just say I'm going to create a new album right here. I have the decision to make, so only I could see it. I can make it friends and family again, so my friends and family can see it, and I can make it public for the public to see it. Now, One other thing I will say, you can have one photo in a private album and the same photo in a friends and family album. So it just depends upon the album that you're creating, not on the actual photo that you have. So this is just one way to share. So if I create an album and mark it friends and family, that means that the people that are in my friends and family network can at any time come to my Forever account and look through my friends and family albums. They can't see my private albums, but they could see my friends and family albums and also my public albums. Now, that's one way to share, right? So the other way to share is by simply sharing. So I can click the photo here and click the share button. And again, there's that link. So this link can be sent to, it could be sent to someone who's my friend and family, or it could be sent to someone who doesn't know anything about Forever. It could be sent, you know, to my child's softball team for them to grab the link and to have the photo. So that's kind of how that works. You can share in both of those different ways. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, just reviewing a few other things here. Give me another.
So I see a question I'll answer. When you, so I have a question here about your mobile device. So if you have photos on your mobile device, you bring them into your Forever account, and then you go through and delete all those food pictures and the shoe pictures and the price tag pictures. They're asking, once they're deleted out of your Forever account, will those photos come in again if you don't delete them off your mobile device's camera roll? And the answer is no. Once they've come into your account once and you've deleted them out, they will not come in a second time. That's a good question.
Great. And can you share about getting a recording if the listeners tonight want to listen to this again and go ahead and follow through with your steps?
Yep. So that's a great question. First of all, you're going to receive an email in 24 hours with a recording. And then secondly, we are going to catalog these in order so that you can come and grab whichever subject you're interested in. We're going to try to do the subject within 30 minutes and then offer a time after that for a question and answer. So we will have those cataloged for you and available as well. We'll do a blog post about that to let you know where you can find those as we've gotten a few of them under our belt, and we have a nice little collection of them for you. But for now, you'll receive an email with a recording in 24 hours. Check your email.
How can they sign up for the next webinar, Shelley?
Yep. Yes. Okay. So that's a great question. We'll send out another email, and that was the same way they signed up for this one, and they'll be able to just get the link there and sign up.
Great. Thank you.
Great question. So someone I see is asking again about that the library. They're asking, once that photo is in the library and then you put it in an album, does it come out of the library? This is a great question. Everything always stays in the library. Even if you put in an album or a tag, it never leaves the library. You can always find everything in your library.
Someone's asking how to see who is in your friends and family account. Can you show where you click on that so that you can review who is in your current friends and family?
Sure. So since this account is not set up, I'm really just demonstrating account setup. I don't have any friends and family here, but I could invite someone. So, you can invite people to come in and be a friend and family in your Forever account. And this is how you do that. So once you have people within your Forever account, then you can, actually, let me show you this. So you can also search for people in your Forever account. So I'm going to search for you and show you my account. So if I search Shelley Murray, I'll just click, let's see, I think this one is me. Nothing here to see it. So that's a demo account. So I will say I have a lot of demo accounts because this is my job and I do this a lot. Oh, here's my personal account. All right, so I'll add myself to friends and family. Okay, so now I've been added to friends and family. There I am. Okay, so I sent the request, but I have to say yes. So I actually have to go into my friends and family account and say, yes, I confirm that I want to be friends. And so you won't be able to see that, but it looks like I had a confirmation there, basically. So the other thing I can do is look at, let's see here. Okay, so this is, so as you can see, I sent a request right here. So I'm just waiting. So this is me. This is the one that the account that I'm on right now. So this is a bad example to show you all these that look the same, but typically it wouldn't be like that.
Right,
Okay.
and we can cover that again on future webinars when we go over the sharing and friends and family in more detail, Shelley.
Yes, thank you. That's right.
Mm-hmm. All right, and question here about downloading for printing. If you had some things from your phone that automatically uploaded to your Forever account, how would you download those to be able to print them or use them on your computer?
Oh, yes. Okay, so that's a great question. So let's go back to the library. So here what you're asking is about downloading. So let's just say there's all these photos in here from your phone. You click on the photo and then you simply click download right here, boom, and it downloads and there it is. So now I've got my photo right there on my computer and I can do whatever I would like to do with it.
Great. Questions about print projects becoming albums. That's a little bit more advanced.
Okay. So a print project can be found in, let me see where I am here, in your library. It would just be right here. It would be lined up kind of with your photos. It would just be a print project, but you also can always go and find them in print projects. So you don't find them in albums, so they don't become an album, but they are found in the library and in print projects.
Great, thank you.
So I see another question, and this is a good one. Do friends and family have to have a Forever account? So the answer is yes, but it could be just the 2 gig free account. They have to have an account as a platform to be able to come in and see your account, and then for you to go and see their account. So when I have friends and family members in my account, I do not know if they are a owner or if they are a 2 gig free introductory person or a member. I don't know which it is when I see them, but yes, they need to at least have that in order to come into the platform and have a place to be able to see your albums.
And question about editing photos in Forever, Shelley.
Okay. So we do have some editing tools within Forever. So again, if you're here, this is what we call the light box. We'll talk more about this in future training, but there's editing tools right here. Just click edit and you're able to do some simple editing with your photo. You can see all of the different editing tools down here. And again, we will talk more about that in future trainings as well.
All right, it looks like, yep, we're just.
I was going to say, I see one. What is?
Do you see anything?
Yeah, I see one. What is the difference between pictures in Kodak and in camera roll? So I'm not sure what she's referring to, but I'm thinking maybe she's talking about a camera. So when you're in your Forever account, your photos can come from your camera roll, which is your mobile device photos, or you can upload right from Kodak. I don't know if you're using Kodak. I'm thinking you mean camera. So your camera card can slide right into your computer and you can upload from a camera card as well. And again, we'll talk about that next time on uploading.
Great, thank you, Shelley.
I see someone asking questions about Forever Artisan and using their Forever account with Forever Artisan. I would direct you to Pixels the Pages for that. P2P, you can find that on our website under scrapbooking to go to P2P to answer those kinds of questions. Those are a little more detailed than we were going to get into tonight about Forever Artisan.
Right, and I see some more questions as well about adding pictures directly from their cameras. That would be a great one to check back for at our next webinar when we're going to focus on uploading from lots of different sources. We can definitely cover that one in our next webinar as well at the end of the month.
Yes, absolutely. Someone's asking about bringing photos into your library from historians. And yes, definitely you can bring photos in from historians. Again, I will direct you to P2P. There are free tutorials on that in P2P.
Yes, there are. There are multiple things that are free on Pixels to Pages that you can get information about artisan and historian, and then find out some information about if you decide to become a member and actually have the training that is part of the membership with the Pixels to Pages website. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so I see someone here asking about if someone's looking at getting an account, but they haven't made the decisions yet, can I put their photos into an album and share with them until they make their decision? But she's wondering if they would see her other albums. So no. So okay. So I believe if I'm reading this question correctly, if you have lots of albums created in your account and you just want to share one of those albums with someone, they will get that link and they will only have access to that one album. They will not see any of your other albums. They will only see that one album that you shared a link with. And if you delete that album, then of course that link won't work any longer.
And a similar question is, if you're sharing a nested album, will they see any of the higher level albums? And obviously we haven't really talked about nested albums tonight. We'll do that. But we could answer that question maybe just specifically.
So, Elizabeth, why don't you clarify that? Because you may know better than me. I'm not sure. Is she meaning if she shares a nested album, is she going to see everything above it or under it?
Right. She's asking if you'll see the higher level albums. So no, you would just see that one album that you shared. So if it was a nested album, the people that you share that link with will only see that album. They will not see the higher level albums, the root albums that are above that. So those will remain in your forever account.
Thank you. All right, so we have about 1 more minute. Are there any other questions that you see that we should answer here?
I think we're just about wrapped up. I definitely see some things that we're going to touch on next time as far as things with uploading. Maybe one last question, if we were thrown in, is asking how the library's cataloged. Whether it's cataloged by the date the photos are. Did you answer that one? No.
No. I just saw it and I wanted to answer it. So let me answer that real quickly. Okay. So this is great. This is a great way to end. So when you have all these photos in your library, there's a couple ways that you can go and find those photos. So first thing is, and I think she's looking for a specific photo. So you can first decide if you want to look by date taken or the upload date. So click upload date if you're your newest first, if you're looking for the phone photos that maybe just came in. That would be a good way to find them. The other thing is you can use these filter tools. So you could go back and say, hey, I want to see all the photos taken in 2017 in May, last year at this time. So of course there's none to match here, but that's how you can go back and find them with those filter tools. So that's why I made the comment that don't feel like you have to have everything organized in your Forever account, because it's going to be organized for you right in your library. You're going to be able to go back and search by date to find it, or you can always use these tools to, go back and find the ones that were newest upload or maybe newest date taken. And then of course our search is phenomenal. You just put a word in here and it'll search by tag, file name, or even the description, the story that you put with that photo. All right. Well, I don't want this hour to end. I tell you, these are some great questions.
Well, we've answered lots, and there'll be lots of opportunities in our upcoming webinars to check out some more details and get even more acquainted with your Forever account.
I think you're cutting me off. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think it is. It's 10 o'clock. I want to be respectful of our listeners' time and entice them to come back and join us next time.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. I look forward to talking to you about uploading in 2 weeks. So be sure to click on that link and join our webinar when you get that email. And thank you for your time tonight. We'll get this recording out to you in 24 hours. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night.